Hey guys, welcome back to How's It Doing Garage. Busy day around here today, let me tell you. So, trying to get the garage organized so we can start doing some work out of it. And I've already got work piling up, customer stuff, my stuff, family stuff. So, we got some stuff that needs to be done before we can start doing all that. But in the meantime, I need to work on my trailer. So I can't fit the trailer in here anyway. So we're gonna work on it out of the driveway. So I figured, might as well fix the trailer while we're waiting on some other stuff. So a few months ago, I purchased a 2-car trailer from my buddy Aaron White. It was a pretty good deal, but it did need a little bit of work. So we're trying to go to a car show here in a couple weeks, so I need to get the trailer figured out, get it tip top. We did use the trailer to haul a lot of the shop stuff from Georgia up here to Michigan, and it hauls really well. We did blow a tire on it, and Aaron hauled the trailer. He said that one hub was getting a little warm, so I don't know if it was too much weight on the trailer thing, or if it just needs a repack on the bearings and some freshen up on the grease. So we're gonna freshen up the grease and do some other things. But this trailer is pretty old. This is a 1987 2-car trailer, 36 foot gooseneck, double brake axles, two 8,000 pound brake axles on it. Obviously this trailer is really 30 something years old, but over time people have bought the trailer and used it for whatever they want to use it for, welded stuff on it, and all that. I don't know, I'm not 100% sure what these little tie downs were for. They got chains on them. I'm guessing they would hook this onto a vehicle, tighten it up, and then put ratchets on the vehicle to hold the vehicle on. I'm not 100% sure, but all this stuff is going to go. I'm going to cut it all off, all that stuff. All this center diamond plate's going to go. It's just a bunch of added weight that I don't need on the trailer. There's a pretty significant winch mount going on up here. This is going to go. We don't need that. There's the box is going to stay because I'm going to put my ratchets and stuff in it, but there's a battery tray up here that's made of a bunch of angle iron. It's going to go. There's some new chains welded on here. The old chains are still here. I'm going to cut them off. The breakaway switch is non-op, so we're going to fix that. The goose is pretty decent. I'll probably lube it up and make sure it's okay. Can't really make out who made this trailer. Somewhere in West Point something, West Point, Alabama, it looks like. West Point, looks like West Point Trailer Sales, West Point, Alabama, sold this trailer a gazillion years ago, I'm guessing. But anyway, all the lights, pretty much all the lights are busted on it. It needs help. So, all the lights are just not cool. The fenders are not cool. I'm not digging the fender situation. I'm guessing some point in time somebody has upgraded the tire size, so they have rolled the fender out to clear the tire. Okay, but I'm a metal guy, so I'm just gonna make my own fenders, because fenders, I looked a set of fenders for this. I don't know what happened to the fender market, but a set of fenders that go on this is almost $500 on the internet. So retail, like a brick and mortar, I could only imagine what a set of these fenders are going for. So for 500 bucks to just put something on there that's like, I'll just make my own and It'll look 10 times cooler and probably be a lot more heavy duty. I think these trailer fender tires or trailer fenders are, I think they come in like a 16 gauge or something like that. I'll probably make them out of a 14 just to make them a little more heavy duty, because they are kind of chintzy. And everybody that's ever hauled with a trailer, they know as soon as you blow a tire, it's gonna, any lights that are around the fender are gone, and usually the fender is gone. Usually it destroys the fender. So I don't want to put a ton of weight on the trailer, because the lighter the trailer, the easier it is on the truck. So I don't want to add a bunch of weight just to add a bunch of weight, but I do want the fender to stay intact if we do blow a tire. So tail lights are getting replaced, obviously. And another thing that's getting replaced is these ramps. I cannot stand these ramps. I don't know who thought this mess up back in the 80s, but that's how it holds in there. But that's the ramp. As you can tell, the ramp is bowed, but look at this transition from the ramp to the deck. Like, that is ridiculous. I mean, that's a good 2, 3, 4 inches from this to here. So I loaded my S10 up on here, not the blown one, but my little white daily driver. I loaded it on here, and if you were in the wet grass or anything like that, it wouldn't have made it on there because of that lip. Like, that's crazy. I don't see how that passed as a ramp. So what I ended up doing is we're gonna cut this ramp out, because it is kind of like mounted in there. I guess I could probably, no, it's got to stop up there, but we're gonna take this ramp out. And I actually did a little marketplace score. I got these two 15-inch wide, I think they're supposed to be 8,000 pound aluminum ramps, 10 foot long. I found them on marketplace for 400 bucks. It's like a $800 set of ramps. So I'm going to put these ramps in here. So then not only do we going to have a nice longer approach, but we're also going to, the ramp weighs half as much as those. And then should be able to reuse the mounting system in the ramp, or in the trailer. So we'll just slide the ramp up farther into the trailer, and it should come up to about here. So we'll just add angle on there to hold the ramp. So anyway, what I'm gonna start doing now is I'm gonna get a tire pulled off, disassemble the hub so I can get part numbers and everything for the bearings and seals and all that in it, and inspect. And then I'm gonna run 2 spares into town, get 2 new spare tires, because we did blow one, and then the spare that was on the trailer was pretty crappy. So we'll go get 2 new spares and get all the parts to rebuild the hubs, and then come back and we'll do all new lights, grease up all the bearings, grease up all the hubs, all that, check the brakes, and yeah, so let's get after it. So I've got the hub off, and the inner grease seal or wheel seal did have a tear in it, so we did get a little bit of grease inside the drum. It wasn't terrible, but I cleaned it up, and I noticed I missed a little spot, so I'll clean that up too. But I ordered all new bearings and all new grease seals, inner, outers, and a grease seal for all 4 wheels. So they'll be here Thursday, so I'll put this all back together on Thursday. But for now, I'm gonna start cutting all this extra crap off the trailer. I'm gonna get my torch out and just start removing all of these tie downs and all that stuff that we don't need, and all this diamond plate, all this extra weight, get the old ramps off of it. I don't have a welder right now, so I'm probably gonna get it all prepped and then take it over to my buddy Jake's house and use his welder to weld up a couple little extensions where the ramps go, and then a little piece of angle iron for the lip of the ramp to sit on. And yeah, but for now, so this is my last hub. I've got all the other hubs done. Everything was pretty good. The shoes are a little worn. They should probably be replaced either at the end of this season, depending on how much I run the trailer this summer or whatever, but definitely soon it's going to need brakes. But when I tore this last hub apart, the spring was tucked up underneath the shoe. Whoops. The spring was tucked up under here under the shoe. This spring had broke and it fell out and jammed itself down in there. So I took the spring out, took it over to my bench and heated it up and bent a new hook on this side of the spring just to see if it would stay in there. So it seems to be doing okay. I know it's probably not ideal to heat up a spring and bend it and make a new hook on there, whatever, but I don't even want to begin to look around to see if I can find just a spring for brakes that we're going to be replacing the whole thing. But I've got it all put together. I got the brakes cleaned up, got the spindle cleaned up and re-greased, and I'm going to throw the drum back on here and tighten the bearings up, and then we should be good to go. All right, so I've got everything cut off the trailer that we're gonna cut off. So got the winch plate and everything cut off. I need to clean everything up. Obviously I got the whole center cut out. I've got all these cut out. You know, all the centerpiece all the way down. I've got the old ramps cut out. Them ramps right there, one of those ramps weighs as much as both of them aluminum ramps, probably even more. They're pretty heavy. So those aluminum ramps are 15 wide, so I'm hoping they slide right in them holes. It's not a huge deal, but I can open them holes up, probably 1/4 inch on both sides, on both of them. So if it's like not wide enough, because it's like 15 1/4 now, but if I go to slide them in and they're kind of bowed or whatever, you know, they might not fit. I'm gonna grab one here in a second and try and fit it in there. But we've got a ton of it cut off. I probably cut between the center diamond plate or deck plate, all those tie downs, these ramps, the battery mount in the front, the winch plate, all that. I mean, I probably cut 400, 500 pounds off of this thing already. So doesn't sound like a lot, but you know, that's 400 or 500 pounds of weight that you're hauling down the road for no reason. So this trailer probably once upon a time hold golf carts or something like that, you know, whatever, but we're not doing any of that now. We're just hauling my little show cars around. So we don't need a winch, we don't need the centerpiece, we don't need freaking 3-foot long ramps. You know, we need good long ramps because all of our stuff is pretty low. So yeah, like I said, the bearings are ordered, they're on the way. I'm gonna go through now, take a grinder, clean all this cut up slag and all this leftover welding stuff off, and then start building or start figuring out what I'm gonna do for the ramp mount. So yeah. All right, dudes, so try to put my glove on. Now that I got everything cut off, I got my trusty angle grinder out, welder's best friend. I'm gonna go through and grind off all the spots where we cut the welds off and everything and clean it up. Hit it with a little spray paint. There's some old spots. Like I said, we're gonna do new fenders, so I'm not really worried about this. Well, there's some old spots where lights used to be. I'm gonna hit those with a grinder, just kind of clean it up a little bit and spray some paint on it so it don't look like a total haggard mess. But this is probably gonna take me a minute, so I'm gonna set the old GoPro up and y'all get to watch me work. Alright, dudes and dudettes, I gotta stop I guess everybody can just be dudes. So I've got all the welds cleaned up, all the welds ground down, and then I hit it with a little primer, and then hit it with a little paint. Actually hit it with a primer paint and a primer, so it's like double primered and painted. So I don't know, maybe it'll last. But anyway, I just want to take a little second, give you guys a little tiny like little grinder tip as far as like grinder finishes after you've ground off metal. So generally when I'm just doing like a structural fabrication as far as a finish on a metal, if you've had to grind a weld or something, I'll run like a stone wheel or a grinding rock over like the big weld and get the weld off. Like this is just a 4.5 inch grinder with a grinding rock on it. So I'll run that and get the weld removed. Or even if you're grinding off like some rusty metal or something like that and you need to get just the rust away, I'll run a grinding rock. And then if you're gonna like paint the metal, what I'll do is I'll run this little flex pad with the 36 grit wheel on it, or 36 grit pad. So these are Norton Blazes, I think. These are really good pad. So I'll run a 36 grit and finish off the weld, like clean the weld off. And then what I do is I'll save some of my worn out discs, because they'll have like different, you know, varying grits on based on how wore the disc is. So if you sand it with the 36, take all the weld off, and then come back and hit it with like a wore off pad, you'll get like a really nice finish where you can't really see any grinding marks on here. So like it's just nice and flat. So that's what I like to do. Just take the grinding rock, remove the majority of the weld, and then take the sanding pad, finish it off, and then take another half wore out pad and just kind of finish over top of that if you've got some deep grinding marks. Generally it's not a huge deal on a piece of, you know, farm equipment or something like that, but like it's just kind of workmanship kind of deal. You know, make your work look nice at the end of the day. So yeah, just a little tip there for you if you got a bunch of grinding to do on some material you're going to hit with some paint or something like that and want it to look good. Now that we've got the trailer all cleaned up, everything painted and all that, it's time to start putting some lights on it for now. So for the lights, I had two choices, okay? Cheap Amazon lights or really expensive not Amazon trailer lights. I bought Amazon trailer lights in the past and run them. They seem to be okay. They are super cheap. I mean, super cheap. And one of the other trailer light retailers out there, like I went through and figured out all the lights I needed for the trailer, and it was like $300 something in lights for the trailer. Now granted, I'm not saying they're not worth it or not quality lights or anything like that. I'm just saying it was like $300+ just for the lights for the trailer. So I just kind of like went to Amazon, figured out what I needed, and I was like, oh well, like I can get all the lights on Amazon for 15% of the cost that it was at the other place. So I figured, what the heck, I'll run the Amazon lights. If they don't work, I'm out like $50-$60, and I'll just go through and get the other ones, you know, in a year or two when these crap out. But anyway, somehow I fat fingered my order, and I ordered 20 amber lights, and then 10 sorry, I'm trying to say 7 more. So I ordered 27 amber lights and 7 red lights. I don't know what I did. I have no idea, but I botched something somewhere. Either way, and then for the actual tail lights, I just got a round regular LED, no backup light or anything like that. But I did notice that where these wires go through the case, it was not sealed. So I just put some like gas safe like RTV on there. That's like that super goopy stuff, so it like kind of goops down in there. That's why that's all goopy like that. I actually did that. These did not come sealed up like that, so I kind of sealed it up because it is back in the splash zone of like all the water. It's at the very end of the trailer, so it's getting everything. So I sealed her up good and tight. So I'll probably do all the lights the same way. Once I get them set in place, I'll probably, where the wire comes through on the light, I'll probably seal that up, so that way not a ton of water gets in there. These trailer lights have been around forever, and I don't ever remember them filling up with water too much, but we'll at least seal that hole up in the back, give them a fighting chance, you know. So anyway, I was gonna try and get all the lights mounted down one side and then show you what was going on, but since it's getting a little dark, ain't moving fast enough apparently, I'll just show you what's going on here. So what I did was, you can see the lights, I've got them, the ambers all mounted down the trailer. So there was 5 ambers per side before. There was one up here, one down there, and then 3 back there by that fender. Well, the one that was, let me walk down here, the one that was mounted to the fender, as you can see, like it was just mounted here on the fender, and then which it was broken, but I can't remember which way the wiring was going. Either way, the wiring was either going inside the fender, you know, where if you lose the tire, it's, the wiring's gone. Probably the light too, anybody knows. So I didn't really like this being mounted, plus there's no good way to run the wire. The wire was either inside where the tire is, or the wire was coming out the bottom of the light and you could see the wire. So I don't want to see the wire. I don't want the wire being in harm's way of a tire, you know, coming apart. So I've just omitted that one. But we added, there's 8 lights on each side now, so I added 3 additional lights on here, and then moved that one. So now there is 4 more lights on the side of the trailer. This light was already here and this light was already here, so those 4 lights in the center there are added. Just give me a little bit more visibility at night, you know, because it's a long trailer, so you know, people pay attention to see that the trailer's, you know, 36 foot long. So we added more lights, so the center of the trailer is illuminated also. All right, so today is a new day, and it's a little warm. It's in the 80s today, so I had to put on my Farmer Mike hat. But progress has been made. I've got all of the lights all mounted on the whole trailer. Like I said, we did 16 amperes, 8 on each side, 7 reds for marker lights anyway, 2 tail lights. I'm adding reverse lights in the rear. I might add reverse lights up towards the front of the trailer too. I'm not sure yet, but I mounted the new breakaway switch. Nice button head cap screws here. Mounted the battery inside so you can't really see the battery or anything. The actual switch, there was already a hole here where the other switch was, so I just put the new switch here. Nice stainless fastener. I've got a new plug. This is already in here, so I just kind of jammed the plug up in here, then we'll wire it here. This is the wire for the reverse lights that I ran. Here's existing trailer wiring. Yeah, so I've got to wire up all of the lights. The grounds are done, which I'll show you how I did that. So I just took the ground, come around ring terminal, put it on here. I put stainless fasteners in all the lights so they don't corrode, and then I'm going to shoot this with a little bit of they call that stuff for like electrical fastener protectant stuff. I'm going to shoot that with that to protect that, and then we'll wire this, and then the hit my head. So the trailer did have the wiring all went down the driver's side, and then if there was a light on the passenger side, it just went from one light to the other light across the trailer. So since I've added so many lights on the trailer, I don't really want to go across the trailer to every light. So what I'm gonna do is just run on the front of the trailer, run the tail light wire or the marker light wire over to the other side of the trailer and just go down the trailer with the one wire. So that way it's not going all the way across the trailer. So it'd be a lot cleaner. And plus the center of the trailer is all open. So you really don't want to see that wire, you know, going in there. But yeah, so that's what I'm gonna start doing now. All right, so we had a little rain delay yesterday, so I couldn't finish the trailer. I had to go do something else, but I got the bearings packed and everything to redo the bearings while it was raining, but I didn't get much wiring done. So this morning I finished it all up. This trailer, I ended up just rewiring the whole trailer because there was just butt connectors everywhere, and the wire changed colors 7 times, and it just wasn't good looking. So I just rewired the whole trailer. We put, like I said, we put the new breakaway switch on here. I've got it all wired up. The new 7-pin, which I kind of just attached it up here. It goes through this little tube here. It's wired into the trailer here. I just attach it up here just so you don't pull it, you know, pull it out and put stress on these wires. I fastened all this wiring up. The whole trailer's all wired, grounded. I need to go through and put that sealant stuff on all my grounds, keep corrosion from getting to my grounds. I put an 11-foot long 7-pin on it. It is going to plug into the bed of the truck over here, but I wanted the plug long enough so if you didn't have the plug in your bed, you could run it down the bumper. The extra will just lay in the bed if you're not using it. So all I need to do now is, this is where the ramps go in the trailer. So these are, you know, 5 foot long. They need to be 10 foot long. So I've got to bring them all the way up here, so that way we've got enough room for the ramps. So I bought material to do this. I got to take the trailer over to my buddy Jake's, like I said, because I don't have welding hookup right now. But I've got drill shavings in my beard. So I'm going to do some measurements and cut all my pieces and everything that I need here, and then take it over to Jake's and weld it all on, so that way I don't have to spend too much time over at Jake's goofing off. So I've made it to my buddy Jake's. I just drug the welder from his back barn up to his front barn because he doesn't have power in his back barn. So I just chug it all the way over here through the weeds, and it's heavy and it's hot. So anyway, so I got the trailer wedged up in his yard. I'm gonna start welding on the front part here. He's got a pretty long extension cord, but I'm gonna have to pull the trailer up to weld on the front. But what I'm gonna start doing is this piece here, we're gonna take it out and put a new piece in. So after all the battery box and all that crap was welded on it, trying to clean it all off and saving it, it just wasn't worth the time. Plus it's not even welded on anyway, so I'm just gonna take it off and weld in a new piece. Ta-da! It's a spicy meatball out here today. Jake's welder is really loud, and it's a Fabricator 252i by Tweco. I've never used it before, so this is going to be a learning curve while welding crap on my trailer. So that started out pretty terrible. I need to clean that up. So now we got that welded on, the box is, I mean, it's pretty secure. Obviously we need to bolt it down, but it'll be good enough to hold my ratchets. So that's everything I need to do on the front of the trailer. So now I'm gonna pull it up, and I gotta weld a license plate bracket on the fender. So I'm gonna do that now. dudes. So it's hotter than the surface of the sun out here right now for some reason, but progress has been made. I've got this side of the ramp holder, I guess, tacked in. I fit the ramp in, it fits pretty good. I added this piece of angle here for the ramp to sit on. I've added a mount for a reverse light, and you can kind of see a little better the ramp holder that I put in there. I've got to weld them angles in there and put them in there, but I've got it in there, so I'm gonna go fit in the other side now. So, back at the house now. It was mega hot yesterday. I think it got up like 89 degrees. I was working in the sun. The GoPro was not having it, so it kept shutting off on me. I can only run it for about a minute, 45 seconds, a minute, a couple minutes, and it would shut off. So I didn't film most of everything we did. I would set the camera up, go to work, and then I turn around and the camera would be off, and I was trying to get it done, you know, so we didn't get a lot of it filmed. But anyway, we're back at the house now. Everything's done to the trailer. The only thing I got to do now is wash it, and then in the state of Michigan you have to weigh the trailer, so I got to take it up, get it weighed, and then go get, you know, the registration on the trailer and everything now. But I'm gonna go wash it and you know, take it in and get it weighed. All right, dudes, so the trailer's all washed up. I got it moved back over here. I mean, it's already looking like a brand new unit. I know it's still used, but I mean, it is what it is. We're saving the environment by bringing some of this old junk back to life. So I think the trailer's gonna work really, really good for me and Anna to haul our junk around and show it to all you guys at various shows and events around the country. But for now, I think I'm done with it. So yeah, short of a couple lights on the tail end, and I think I might add 2 more reverse lights on the top. I think it's gonna be great. So that's gonna do it for this video. Thanks for watching. Throw a comment down below what you think of our new 36-foot gooseneck, and we'll catch you all on the next video.